Okay, let's give you guys completing the square exercise. So sketch this graph and find the roots. So press pause and have a go. Okay, so to do this, let's break this up as one block and another block. So when x is small, it wants to do this. So an intercept of -3, a gradient of +8, so it's going uphill, and it has to do this positive quadratic. So let's, from this region, let's take it down and then up, and then from this region straight up. So notice that this length is longer than this length. Well, let's try and factorize it. So hang on. So to try and, well, we've got to try and factorize it. But the thing is, we can't really factorize it, and here's why. When you try and factorize it, when you try and get it into this form, your eyes should zoom into this bit. Two numbers multiplied together to give you a 3. It can only be a 3 and a 1. But then you have to create a +8. But there's no way you can create a +8 from a 3 and a 1. So we know our normal routine won't work. We can't factorize it like this. So we know we've got to use completing the square method. So to complete the square, hang on, we know that it won't work, our normal routine, so we've got to use completing the square. So completing the square would be us doing something like this. Square it. So completing the square would be you zooming into these two terms, and it's always going to be half of this. So half of 8 would be 4. So it's going to be +4. So now if you look at this thing here, if you multiply this out, it will give you x. Well, if you multiply this thing out, hang on. Remember, you've got to be able to do this in your mind. If you multiply this thing out, it will give you this thing here. Hang on, x squared, and then 4x, and then another 4x. That would be 8x, and then this thing here would be plus 16. But you don't want this 16. If you look at this, you want these two terms. Well, you've got these two terms here. But then, so this thing here will give you this whole thing here, but you don't want this 16. So immediately take away the rubbish here. The rubbish will be 16. So take away this 16. So this whole thing here would be exactly the same as this thing here. So let's start again. Hang on. So to complete the square on this, your eyes should zoom into these two terms. So hang on. And it's always going to be half of this. So it would be x plus, well, half of this would be 4. And then it's going to be squared. But then you immediately take away the rubbish. The rubbish would be this squared, which would be 16. And then you carry this 3 down, this -3 down. And then now single number, you can merge them together. So that will then give you this. Hang on. That will then give you this. 19. So this is what we've got at the moment. Our graph looked something like this earlier. Hang on. Our graph looked something like this. We want to find these 2 points. Well, at these 2 points, the y value will be 0. So let's put 0 into the y. So that would then be this. That would then be this. So once you've got into this form here, you can easily rearrange it to make x a subject. So add 19 equally to both sides. That will then give you this. And then square root equally to both sides. That will then give you this. Remember, when you square root, you get to, well, what's the square root of 4? It is -2 and +2. So we would write it like this. Well, anyway, when you square root both sides, you're going to get a positive version and a negative version. So that will then give us x plus 4. And then now get rid of this 4. So in your mind, take away 4 from both sides. So that would then be this. Hang on. That would then be take away 4. So this here would be your answer. So what that means is -4. So the lowest point here. So this bit here would be -4, and then if you add this square root thing, if you have this square root thing, it will take you to the positive version. If you take away this square root thing, it will take you to the other root, which is this one here. So your final answer will be this. Okay, but once you're here, learn to do this in your head. Learn to jump straight to here in one go. So hang on. So learn once you're here. Try to train yourself to jump from here straight to here. So let me show you. Let me try and illustrate it to you. Wait there. So hang on. Once you're here, then jump straight to there. So for example, you're trying to make x a subject. So add 19 to both sides, and then square root both sides, and then take away 4. Take away 4. There, you can jump from here. You can jump to here in one go. So try and train yourself to be able to jump from here to here in one go. Okay.